All right, thank you. I'm going to talk about the benefits of the MATLAB campus-wide license with a focus on machine learning possibilities with AI applications. I'm Ákos Koppany, working at the GAMET Laboratory Solutions. By the way, I have a background in experimental physics, including a narrow field in material science and semiconductor metrology. As a teacher or researcher at a university, you may have faced with such challenges that you want your students to keep engaged and let them start by doing it, by trying out things with the help of the latest solutions and high quality tools, as well as time to time you want to test them, want to have a classroom assessments. So maybe you are looking for solutions which let you do this in an automated way. So this is why I'm going to talk about the online courses, the very important part of the offerings, as well as I will touch live scripts, MATLAB Online. I will talk about a bit of MATLAB Grader, which lets you do automated assessments or automated evaluation of homeworks. Then I will talk about shortly with the possibilities of machine learning and AI in MATLAB. So once you are coming from a university with a campus-wide license, your university has a dedicated portal, a dedicated homepage uh, for having only the most relevant information about how to get MATLAB, how to install MATLAB, where to start using MATLAB. There is a magic button in this portal. When you click that after signing in with your MathWorks account, you can easily install, you can easily download and install MATLAB at your own device. So with a campus-wide license, everybody teaching or studying at that university will have MATLAB at their own device. So after this point, where to start? Let's start with the online courses as a best practice from the teacher's point of view, that you may ask your students to complete the MATLAB Online, MATLAB On-Ramp online course, which takes approximately 2 or 3 hours. It can be easily done. It is very straightforward. It can be completed at home. At the end, you may get a course completion certificate. So as a teacher, when beginning your semester, you don't have to spend time anymore by teaching the very basics of MATLAB syntax. However, you can expect everybody at your course completed this MATLAB On-Ramp online course. So your students have the very basics of MATLAB. At the time when I prepared this slide, I counted 13 on-ramp courses, more than 20 hours of content. And actually, these online courses are completely free for everyone, regardless to the fact having any license. However, with a campus-wide license, all the in-depth courses, which are beyond the on-ramp courses, are also freely available. In my honest opinion, this is actually one of the greatest opportunity with the services of the campus-wide license. At that time, again, I prepared this slide. I counted a similar amount of in-depth courses, however, making up more than 100 hours of content. So let me at matlabacademy.mathworks.com. You can start with getting started on RAM contents covering a lot of topics. You can start with MATLAB and Simulink related topics, touching mathematics, optimization problems, also AI, machine learning. These are hot topics. Also on-ramp and much longer in-depth courses are available beyond these introductory courses. And also you can learn about image processing and signal processing too. Let me log in into MATLAB On-Ramp. This is again something what you would ask to complete by your students. It can start with a very, very simple task. Okay, start with 3 times 5. Okay, when I mistakenly type 3 times 4, it says, okay, there is a problem. So I may have a hint what to do, or even I can see the expected solution what to do. And with such a small steps, we can go through the basic syntax of MATLAB. So this is really just the starting point for students. And beyond that, again, there are a lot of online topics to be covered. Okay. So again, when I type the right solution, well, okay, I can step forward. Again, there is no excuse about not having a good performance computer or high performance computer or a laptop. Everybody who can just launch a browser can use MATLAB 2 with the help of MATLAB Online, with the support of all the academic toolboxes, as well as with the use of live scripts. And let me show you these at once. This serves a very similar user interface as you would have in the desktop version of MATLAB. This is a live script open, which is a combination, a very interactive and straightforward combination of formatted text with theory. Actually, this teaching material is about teaching about derivatives of functions. You can include pictures as well as formatted equations and executable code. You can include controllers, and you can just really just play with the parameters, play with the algorithms, and actually the output is also included within this material. You can save everything together. You can put everything together. Actually, back in my time, in my studies, I was using MATLAB in an old-fashioned way with a lot of M files with scripts and functions. And at the end of my project, it was just a mess. Actually, now I'm using live scripts, so I can put together everything in one place, and I can have much less files in one project. Okay, there is a possibility to use MATLAB on mobile platforms on your smart devices. It has very nice features to having access to your sensor signals on your smart devices, so you can build up applications like a step counter as a part of a student project. However, one of the most important message for teachers is about MATLAB Grader. Okay, 90% of problems, 90% of tests from the engineering field or from science-related fields can be implemented online digitally within MATLAB Grader. So actually, there is no need in most of the cases to use paper and pen-based homeworks and classroom tests anymore. When you are about preparing an online version of your test, obviously you need to put an initial effort when putting together your test. However, at the end of this, you can spare a lot of time. First, you need to give a clear description about the problem, about the task, and about in which form you are expecting the solution. You can include a description in text form, in LaTeX-based formatted equations, as well as pictures. In the middle, you need to also prepare a template for the students, a piece of code which has empty parts to be completed by the learner's solution, as well as you have to prepare a reference solutions. And actually, MATLAB Grader will compare the learner's solution with the reference solution prepared by you. At the end, you need to provide testing criteria, and with the help of these testing criteria, the comparison of learners and reference solution will be done, and the grading will be automatically done based on these testing criteria. So let's have a quick look how Grader looks like. How does it work? This is the welcome page of Grader. Here at the beginning, you can find a getting started part. Here in the middle, you can find those material which represents your actual course in your actual semester. And here here below, you can find your repository of your already prepared content. Okay, let's click on my CWL example course. Let's imagine that this course, okay, during this course, you will have, I don't know, homework practices weekly. So this is here the first week assignment. And for the first week assignment, for the sake of demonstration, I have added one problem. Obviously, you can add more problems. This is a very simple one about implementing the Pythagorean theorem. Okay, when I click edit, I can see the page, what you will face online. Okay, after the title, the description part comes formatted text, including pictures, maybe equations as well. Very simple. We have a right triangle with the legs of A and B. When A and B are given, you need to calculate C, the third side, which is the hypotenuse of the triangle, as well as you need to calculate the perimeter E plus B plus C. A and B are given. Okay. The hypotenuse and the perimeter are the variables in question. Okay, here in the middle part, the reference solution is prepared, as well as the learner's template is prepared. Some of the rows are marked by small lockers, indicating that these rows cannot be modified by the students. However, other rows can be modified, and these rows need to be completed with the solution. Here below, you can find the testing criteria. One of the simplest one is a test type called variable equals reference solution. Here, I just need to pick one of the variables being present in the reference solutions scope and in the learner's scope. And the type, the size, and the value of this variable will be compared between the learners and the reference solution. When, in case of matching, these tests will indicate success with a color of green. In this part, you can add files to be referenced. And actually, you can put here .m files referencing functions or scripts or variables. Of course, it is a possibility to add here .p files, which work the same way in the MATLAB's point of view as the .m files, but these .p encrypted files cannot be read by humans, cannot be read by students. So actually you can add here, you can reference here any logic you want. And actually in the testing criteria part, you can select a test type, MATLAB code, and with the help of any MATLAB syntax, you can describe or you can implement any testing logic. So with the help of these possibilities, referencing any logic and using any logic as a criteria, you can implement a big variety of tests online. You can just imagine how much time you can spare in a class with tens or hundreds of students. Actually, MATLAB Grader can be implemented in multiple LMS systems such as Moodle or Canvas. There are many info online in the MathWorks pages for many types of LMS system to be the MATLAB to be integrated. So this way, Grader can be used more efficiently. All right, let's jump into the topic of the possibilities of machine learning and deep learning. I will show you examples in the classical way with machine learning as well as with deep learning. However, what I'm going to talk about are just heads up messages at this point. One of my main message here that MATLAB offers platforms covering the entire workflow related to building models, starting from measurement data, and ending with working hardware. Okay, so at the beginning, you must probably have measurement data, sensor data, and actually MATLAB offers a lot of efficient built-in functions as well as built-in applications with own user interface only dedicated for data preparation, data import, data selection. You can do this very effectively. And as a next step, you can use various toolboxes. In this example, you will use toolboxes for AI modeling. You can use again built-in functions as well as built-in applications. You don't have to start always by coding. Again, there are built-in applications with own user interfaces to start building your model. And actually, you can work together with other platforms such as TensorFlow and PyTorch here. When you got your model working, you may do a step backward and have a look at your system as a whole. And here comes the model, the tools for model-based design into question. And as a part of the system, you can include your working model. And at the end of this story, you can click the magic button and generate code with MATLAB Coder or Simulink Coder and deploy your generated C or C++ code on your actual hardware. For example, yeah, FPGA, GPU, microcontrollers, etc., etc. When we are talking about machine learning and deep learning, we are most probably referencing to statistics and machine learning toolbox and deep learning toolbox. Again, most important message here that when you are trying these tools, you will have a lot of help with built-in applications such as classification learner and deep network designer. However, before jumping into the middle of the topic, I really encourage you to check the products homepage. This is for machine learning toolbox. You will have some general introduction about a lot of use cases and the documentation here below with what functionalities these toolboxes have and code examples. Very important to mention. So let's see if we have some examples. Yes, we have a few. So I starting scrolling down, still scrolling and scrolling again, scrolling. Yes. So when you are starting to look at this topic, go for examples. You can find a lot of already prepared examples for you. And again, let me refer back to the matlabacademy.mathworks.com. We have about 30 hours of content related to AI, machine learning, or deep learning. Start with these. Also look at the examples. And with the help of them, this is the really good strategy to start with, and you will find okay which way to go. Also with the deep learning toolbox, let's find out. You may have a guess whether we find one or two examples. Yes, we have a lot of examples, and actually a big variety of problems are presented here, starting with images or starting with time series and sequence data, problems for classification, which means output of discrete possibilities or outputs for regression when the output might be continuous. So actually a big variety of examples you will find here. Start with that one which is the most similar to your problem, so you will be able to solve your own problem too. Okay, let's have a quick look about the problem with machine learning. Okay, this is about the character recognition. okay, this is the letter models.mlx, which is available from the machine learning on ramp content, and also a great data set is available here, data set of written characters. Okay, here the letter K is selected. Okay, there are people who write the letter K like this. Okay, interesting, but it is true. However, I can find other letters too. So I can have a look at the input data as well. So from now, I don't have to do anything, but going into the tab of applications, apps, and select the classification learner. Sake of demonstration, I already opened it. The most important part is that actually there are a lot of algorithms to deal with this data set. There are really many of them, and at the beginning, you may not know, okay, with which algorithm to start with. Actually, you can just click all of them or just pick a few of them, and the selected algorithms will be listed here in the left-hand side of this classification window. And you don't have to do anything, just click on the magic button, and your data set will be analyzed with all the selected algorithms at once. At the end of the training, you will get a feedback in form of accuracy. And with the highest accuracy, you can easily find, okay, which algorithm fits your actual problem the best. You can find that this model provides much worse results compared to this one. Actually, this is a confusion matrix which tells, okay, sometimes the letter L is recognized as a letter I. However, in most of the cases, results are in the diagonal part, meaning that the letters are recognized or classified properly. All right. The last step, let me show you how can we do our first move with deep networks. Okay. Of course, when we are working with a neural network, we need some experience. But in case we already know, we read an article or we have an idea, and we already know which direction we want to go, it is very easy to try out our ideas. Okay, this example is about recognizing flowers. I have couple types of flowers, especially 12 types of flowers organized in folders, and within these folders there are many pictures of them. So here comes into the question the Deep Network Designer application. As a first step, I don't have to build my own neural network. I can also use built-in networks. So let's have a look at the Deep Network Designer. And whenever I open it, I click New, and actually I can find, yes, of course, I can start with blank network. However, I can use or add available already pre-trained networks, also for images or sequences, even for audio signals. And actually, for this topic, I have used the GoogleNet, which was already trained for thousands of objects, from buildings to vehicles, also with foods and flowers. However, this is what we call transfer learning. I want to use this model only for the recognition of these kind of flowers. So whenever I have this pre-trained network, I have these blocks representing given layers. The property of actual layer is given on the right-hand side. And actually, I only have to modify the input and the output part of this network by selecting layers with drag and drop movements and set their properties. And then I can export or generate a code describing this layout, and then I can use this model for my actual problem. And again, these pre-trained network are already trained, already available for you. So when transfer learning, you need just fine-tune the weights in this model. So you get to the solution much faster than starting from the scratch. Actually, I only have to use the classify command to check some of my pictures I just Googled on internet, and I can classify these selected pictures on my flower net. I selected sunflowers as well as some pictures from tulip, and I get the feedback, I get the results that the sunflowers were recognized, but tulips were identified as crocus. Okay, so what's happened here? I saw that, okay, tulips are very well-known flowers, even for men. So what happened here? I just looked at the training set of tulips, and I just find out, okay, intuitively the situation is clear. The training set consists of only this yellow type of tulips. However, crocus consists of such flowers which might more similar to the tulip. So this is the message here that you can easily modify a model. You can easily set a model. However, at the end, for training your model, you will need a general model for training, which is general enough for good training and big enough for a good training. At this point, I need to mention also that the parallel computing support comes with the campus-wide license. The application of parallel computing adds a lot of speed in calculations, such as neural network training. What did we learn today? I mentioned online courses. Again, my honest opinion that this is one of the best part of the campus-wide license. I also mentioned the live scripts, the importance of live scripts and the possibilities with MATLAB Online. You can spare a lot of time with MATLAB Grader in the teacher's point of view. And again, when you already know what you want to try out, which direction you want to move in the field of machine learning and AI, with MATLAB solutions, you can just try a lot of things very efficiently in a short time. Thank you for your attention. In case of questions, please don't hesitate to ask. You can reach us out via email. Again, thank you for your attention.